Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for the 5th season of Game of Thrones. And do you guys know what I miss? I miss being a sweet summer child. My innocence and good faith began to leave me at Ned Stark. The deal was sealed with Robb Stark, and then Prince Oberyn was just like twisting the knife. I don't know what's going to happen in season 5. We ended season 4 in such a good way, particularly for me with Tyrion. So I'm ready to check in. This episode is titled The Wars to Come. If you guys want to help me out before we get started by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and if you want the full-length watch along, the link for Patreon is down in the description. For now, let's dive right into episode 1. Not really.
We shouldn't be out here alone.
He'll never know we're gone.
You don't need to be afraid of my father.
Who are these girls?
Are you sure?
Yes.
We shouldn't go in.
Yes, we should.
Looks a little witchy.
Get out!
Let's go.
Listen to your friend.
They said that you were terrifying, with cat's teeth and 3 eyes.
You're not terrifying.
Bold. Even bolder.
I know you're a witch, and you can see the future. Tell me mine.
To know their future.
This is my father's land. Tell me my future, or I'll have you gouged out of your head.
What a bratty little human.
Your blood. Give me a taste.
You need my blood to see my future. Would you want to know your future? No. Not me. That's kind of gross.
3 questions you get. You won't like the answers.
I've been promised to the prince.
You'll never wed the prince. You'll wed the king.
But I will be queen.
Oh yeah. You'll be queen for a time. Then comes another, younger, more beautiful. Down and take all you hold. The king will have 20 children, and you will have 3. Gold will be their crowns. Gold, their shrouds.
Should have known who it was by the hair and kind of how she's dressed. It was 2 questions. Should have known who that was. So there's going to be another one who's going to come and take everything that she has. She said was younger. Maybe that's why she had a problem with Marjorie. And of course, when they said that she wed the king, he has 20 and she has 3. They didn't have kids together. Of course, you know who that is, who it was.
Your Grace, we are honored by your presence.
I want a moment alone with him.
All 7 kingdoms?
They will wait.
Yeah, I'm so ready to see everybody's reaction. The way Tyrion took him out was, ooh, he was on the toilet.
He never wanted you to be a king's guard, protecting his dead body.
What he built it for us. He meant it for us. They're going to try to take it away. All of them out there. They're waiting in line to make sure he stones on his eyes. They'll set to work on tearing us apart.
The man who murdered our father, he tore us apart. He's the enemy, defending him for years. That little monster is out there somewhere drawing breath.
Now she hates him even more.
Did you set him free? You killed him by mistake. When it occurs to you to do something, you do it. Look at the consequences.
She's gonna blame him for it.
Here they are. He loved you more than anyone in this world.
Talk about a guilt trip. The stones on the eyes are kind of cool. She's telling him he indirectly killed his father. And child Cersei was exactly what... was exactly what I would expect her to be. I want to say Circe, like the Greek goddess. Here he is. Nice spirit. How long was he in there? Oh, well, he was being held prisoner before that.
Apologies. Why, I had to stay once we set sail. I saved your life. If they catch you, they catch me. See about leaving you in that.
Do you know what it's like to stuff your shit through one of those air holes?
Ew.
No. To pick up your shit and throw it overboard.
Yeah, when there's brown around the holes, yeah, that's gross. They really did that.
The home of my colleague, Illyrio Mapatis. He and I met many years ago through Mute, a group of people who saw Robert Barath. We tried to do what was best for the realm by supporting a Targaryen restoration. Stakes that has led us both here. Things have gotten worse. Westeros needs to be saved from itself. Much better. My lord?
Don't think I am anymore. A lord.
Probably not.
Are you a lord if you kill your father? I don't imagine the ability for killing us must happen all the time.
About the future of our country.
Yo, he just drinks so much alcohol.
The future is shit just like the past.
And there goes that alcohol. Was he giving him alcohol in the box because he said you already drank your way across the narrow sea? And he threw it up and drank more. Whoa. Tell me that wasn't kind of satisfying to watch. Just visually.
Jo, skänk. Skänk sig på Gilles.
Ta shidligosh.
Skänk på Shishkosh. Sons of the Heart.
Who in the hell was that?
Body.
They've never killed before.
It's only a matter of time, Your Grace. Conquerors always meet with resistance.
Sepad Tolkidosu Unagon Garenyagon. He did not risk his life fighting for his freedom so cowards in masks could take it away. And I did not take up residence in this pyramid so I could watch the city below decline into chaos. What was the name of the man you lost?
White Rat, Your Grace.
I want him buried with honor in the Temple of the Graces.
Make them very angry.
Makes chopping off their heads that much easier.
Ooh.
Find the men who did this and bring them to me.
Angry snakes lash out makes chopping their heads off that much easier. Respect.
Torkonodo.
Sunday, Hinat.
I wanted to speak with you.
Why do you come?
White Rat, the Unsullied, they found his body in a brothel. I have heard that's been known to visit Marine's brothels. May I ask you why?
She's definitely inquisitive about this. We noticed at the end of last season.
I do not know. I must go.
Get your shield up. See, it wouldn't stop a sword. Now, get it up.
I didn't realize the boy who killed Ygritte, that she had killed his father until I saw that in the comments. So it's kind of like he got her back.
Drive at me. Keep your shield up, or I'll ring your head like a bell.
Shouldn't you be training too?
I'm hardly a new recruit. How many brothers can say that they've killed a White Walker and a Fen? I might be the first in history.
Yeah.
These men need a firm arms. They're poachers and thieves, not soldiers.
That one hates me.
If Sir Alice is chosen as the new Lord Commander, he hates the wildlings. All the wildlings.
Don't let them send us away.
He's commanded the Shadow Tower for 20 years. He's running against Sir Alice.
Sam, send us away.
I told you, wherever you go, I go too.
Oh. Reality. Hard.
Good, pivot. Don't forget to pivot. Shield up.
The king wants a word.
It's been a while since we saw this woman. She's pleasant without her. The leech thing is still one of the coolest, like, plots to play out, like how it all happened. The leech, the sacrifice, the deaths, and how they all happened after that was wild.
You're not cold, my lady.
Never. The Lord's fire lit within me.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want Jon Snow to touch her.
Are you a virgin?
No.
No, a redhead more fiery than you handled that one. But why does she need to know that? I swear, if she sinks her claws into Jon.
The bastard of Winterfell.
You know who rules at Winterfell now?
Roose Bolton.
Plunged a dagger in Robb Stark's heart. Don't you want to avenge him?
I want a great many things, your grace. But I'm a sworn brother of the Night's Watch.
Been talking to your sworn brothers. Many of them love you.
They're good men.
Many don't. Was seen taking the body of a wildling girl.
It's where she belonged.
Too much affection for the wildlings.
They were born on the wrong side of the wall. Doesn't make them monsters.
I shall take back the North from the thieves who stole it. I shall mount Roose Bolton's head. But if I'm to take Winterfell, I need more men.
You're sworn to play no part.
Talking about the damned Night's Watch. Talking about the wildlings.
Ah, he wants the wildlings. Of course, there's way more of them than there is the Night's Watch.
You want the wildlings to march in your army.
That's
If they try to
crazy.
follow me, I'll pardon them. The North there's one, I'll declare them citizens of the realm.
It's a fair offer.
It's a fair offer.
I'll offer them their lives and their freedom. Kneels before me and swears his loyalty.
Munch
I
doesn't
don't think that's
kneel.
likely.
You admire him, don't you?
I respect him.
Convince him to bend the knee.
Your grace.
The wildlings are gonna have to see him, or else he's gonna kill him.
How much time do I have?
Sun drops fast this time of year.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he's gonna convince him to kneel. That's a strong, proud man.
Attack! Don't cross your feet. Swords in their hands at the time they could walk. This
Is Sansa really gonna be like evil with Littlefinger?
a warrior. Sword like a girl with...
Some boys develop more slowly.
He's 13. Boys go to war at 13.
He has other gifts.
Does he?
The gift of a great name. Sometimes that's all one needs.
That's the way he's whining when he gets hit.
Skills will have improved immeasurably.
I make no promises.
No promises on that. I cannot believe she killed the Hound. Well, I can't, because that's a bad woman right there.
He said Sansa had a brother at Castle Black. A few days' ride from the King's Road. That'll take us...
Us? Oh, the only reason you're here is because Jaime Lannister told me you weren't safe in the capital. You're hundreds of miles from King's Landing. No one knows what you look like.
But I'm your squire.
Do you even know what a squire is?
An attendant to a knight?
I'm not a knight. That means you're not a squire. Care, I'm not your mother.
She's been so mean to him. She's usually so nice. Give old Pot a break.
You swore to find the Stark girls.
She didn't want my protection. Sansa, I didn't ask for your advice. I don't want anyone following me. I'm not a leader.
Oh.
The Lord I believed in.
And Arya.
The good lords are dead and the rest of them monsters.
You told Lord Royce we were going to the Fingers.
I did.
They're right by her. They're right there.
To betray us, he already would have.
Lord Royce might be as honourable as... He's not alone in that cast. Do you trust all those knights and ladies?
No, do you trust the carriage driver or the knights?
I pay them well.
So where are we going? To a land where you trust everyone?
Even Cersei Lannister can't get her hands on them.
Deep shock to us all. Your father was a force to be reckoned with.
You can tell she doesn't want to listen to him.
To claim to have known him as such, but just being in his presence was enough to make it so clear just how formidable a person you were dealing with. What a force to be reckoned with.
He's just rattling back there, and she's peeping what Marjorie's doing down there.
Deepest condolences, Your Grace. I never trusted Varys. I often warned.
Your Grace.
Cousin Lancel, I hardly recognised you.
I apologize for my son's appearance. They call themselves sparrows. Religion has its place, of course, but at a certain point. They never would have come to the capital when Tywin was alive.
Whatever it is.
She's acting like it's a phase.
Of course.
Your wounds from the Blackwater seem to have healed.
It wasn't my wounds that needed healing.
What can I do for you?
You can forgive me. I tempted you into our unnatural relations.
He does look a lot different. What was that first season?
There was the king, his boar hunt, his wine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a different person now.
He's the one who put it in his wine.
Peace in the light of the Seven. They watch over all of us, ready to dole out mercy or justice. Their world is at hand. I will pray for your father's soul.
The day Tywin Lannister's soul needs your help.
It looks like dawn. It does. That's the sun spear bit right there. And that's where the mountains are. And over here is sun snake? Stone spear?
Sandstone.
Yes, sandstone. Just there.
Fine. It's dawn.
We should go there. I think we would have a lovely time, judging by my experience.
High garden. Anywhere but here.
We're late for dinner as it is.
You're very respectful.
I'm very hungry.
She acts like that wasn't the first time she's walked in on that.
What's your name?
Oliver, my lady.
I'm afraid my brother is keeping the king waiting.
My lady.
I'm not her peeping.
Perhaps you might consider being a bit more discreet?
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows everything about everyone. Secret in a place like this.
In any event, tended waiting.
That means no one can force Cersei to marry me.
Lucky you.
Unlucky you. She doesn't marry me. She doesn't go to Highgarden, which means you're trapped here with Cersei Lannister as your mother by law.
Perhaps.
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 What does perhaps mean? What would the other option be? As long as you get rid of her.
There are faster ways to kill yourself.
Not for a coward.
You are many things, my friend, but not a coward.
You never told me why you set me free.
Refuse the Kingslayer, a dangerous proposition.
Your position, everything. Why? You're not family. You owe me.
Yeah, why did he do all this for him?
I did it for the Seven Kingdoms.
Will never be the savior of the Seven Kingdoms.
I believe men of talent have a part to play in the war to come.
Going to have to find another soldier.
Admirable qualities. Self-pity is not one of them. Fool with a bit of luck can find himself, but earning it for yourself takes work.
Not well suited for work.
Father's instincts for... And you have compassion.
Compassion, yes. I killed my lover with my bare hands. My own father with a crossbow.
I never said you were perfect.
What is it you want, exactly?
Prosperity.
What part do you think he's gonna play?
The powerful do not prey on the powerless.
Gingerbread and the moats are filled with... The powerful have always preyed on the powerless. That's how they became powerful in the first place.
You tell him it's basically a fantasy that you want.
We've grown so used to horror, we assume there's no other way. If you sat on the Iron Throne, would you spread misery throughout the land?
I will never sit on the Iron Throne.
I wish he would sit on the Iron Throne.
Those steps and take that seat. Someone stronger than Tommen, but gentler than Stannis.
Yeah.
Intimidate the High Lords and inspire the people.
Good luck finding him.
Who said anything about him?
You know who he's talking about. She has the right name.
And drink yourself to death. Or you can ride with me to Marine. Decide if the world is worth fighting for.
Love that idea.
Can I drink myself to death on the road to Marine?
Love that idea. He's saying he saved Tyrion because he thinks he has a part to play. And that part is going to be assisting Daenerys.
Looks like your friends haven't been behaving themselves.
I would love for him to help her.
To Yunkai was a resounding success.
I can see those two working together very well.
And the former slaveholders will be brought to you for review.
Good. Wow.
They did ask for some concessions.
Clean it up nice and neat.
Concessions.
Politics is the art of compromise.
A politician. I'm a queen.
All right, of course. Happy subjects, then angry ones.
Wise masters to be happy. I ended slavery.
They do not ask for the return of slavery, for the reopening of the fighting pit.
The fighting pits. Fought slaves to the death.
Would fight free men.
If they wanted to sign up for it.
Liberated plead for this opportunity. Bring some here and ask them yourselves. Opening them would show the people of Yunkai.
It's the tradition of human cockfighting.
If you could...
How many times must I say no before you understand? Whatever he wants from me, he's not going to get it. I'm going to reopen the fighting pits.
You should reopen the fighting pit.
I'm kind of with him. If they can sign up, and then If they can sign up on their own free will, why does it matter?
The older she got, she made selling a body the more she was. One day when I was 12, she sold me to a slaver the night before.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Why? I was a bad child, but it was quick. So they sold me to a man in Tolos who trained fighters for the pits. I had my first match when I was 16.
Masters, and you're defending the fighting pits.
Because of those pits. Norvoshi priest, a Westerosi knight.
Wow.
10,000 men and women screamed my name when I stepped into the pit. I made so much money for my master. He set me free when he died. The second sons. And then I met you.
We've known him for like, how many seasons did we just got that amazing backstory?
You're the queen. Everyone's too afraid of you to speak truth. Everyone but me. Enemies all across the world. As they see weakness, they'll attack. Show your strength.
That's why I have the Unsullied patrolling the streets.
The mother of Unsullied. You're the mother of dragons.
I don't want another child's bones dropped at my feet. No one's seen Drogon in weeks. For all I know, he's flown halfway across the world. I can't control them anymore.
Dragon queen with no dragons?
Gonna have to figure out how to control them. Work with them. I love how he kind of pushed her and tested her right there, though. In a few ways. Or I guess you could say challenged her to think differently than she was. How miserable do you think it is for those dragons to be kept down there like that?
Viserion? Rhaegal? Easy.
Yeah, they're gonna be angry. Dang, they're huge! They're definitely not gonna be tame now. Keeping them in captivity like that. They're far from tame.
So here we are.
Here we are.
I just don't know if he's gonna be able to convince this man.
And now, for our last meeting.
This doesn't have to be our last meeting.
But it will be.
You know what Stannis wants?
He wants me to bend the knee, and he wants the free folk to fight for him.
He already knew.
Shouldn't the king be bold?
I respect him. If he gets what he wants, I'm sitting on the Iron Throne the last 100 years, but I'll never serve him.
He said, I respect him, but I ain't working for him.
When here to conquer, you told me your people had bled enough.
That's right. I don't want them bleeding for Stannis Baratheon either.
To come together for the first time in history. The Ice River clans, even the giants. A life's work uniting them. You didn't do it for power. You didn't do it for glory. You brought them together to save them. Isn't their survival more important than your pride?
My pride.
So what's it about? I thought it was pride too.
Isn't about that.
Then bend the knee and save your people.
Because they respected me. The moment I kneel for a southern king, that's all gone.
And how many tens of thousands are out there right now? How many women? And you won't go out and rescue them because why? You're afraid of looking afraid.
Afraid? No shame in that. How will they do it? Beheading? Hanging?
They'll burn you alive.
Of course they'll burn you. You see that hit him.
Go.
That's a terrible way to go.
I'll be honest with you.
That's a terrible
I don't want to die and burn to death. People to remember me like that and screaming. But it's better than betraying everything I believe.
Wow. So it's not about pride, it's...
You preserve your dignity and die standing. And they'll sing songs about you. You'd rather burn than kneel, a great hero, until winter comes. And there's no one left to sing.
He's focused on a bigger picture.
You're a
too.
good lad.
He said White Walkers. Nobody else is talking about that.
Enlist my people in a foreigner's war. There's no point explaining.
He's not going to be able to convince him.
I think you're making a terrible
I
mistake.
think he's making a mistake.
My own mistakes was all I ever wanted.
So would you say it's more about pride or morals for him? Like he said his whole life, like this is what he wanted and this is what he fought for. So that's not really as much pride, would you say? And you do have to have so much respect for this man because the way he did unite a bunch of people, 90 clans? I can't believe this. Should believe it, it's Game of Thrones.
Mance Rayder, you have been called the king beyond the wall. Bend the knee, I promise you mercy.
The setting of this scene.
Kneel and live.
This was my home for many years.
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.
The wars to come. How do we feel? Did we want Stannis to have the army? I was just thinking it was a good deal for the wildlings.
We all must choose.
This wicked, wicked woman again.
Young or old, our choices are the same. Or we choose darkness. We choose the true God or the false. Free folk. And his name is Stannis. Behold the fate of those who...
What a speech. She always delivers this in a good speech. You hand that to her. Jon Snow can't even watch. Did you know Jon Snow respected him too? Why is she smiling? Who put him out of his misery? Thank you, Jon. Thank you. He's saying that he did not deserve that kind of death. He did not deserve that kind of death. And if there's any grace that could have been offered in that situation once it started, that was it. So I'm not happy about how that episode ended, but then in a way, there is a sense of relief because that's brutal. But is there going to be repercussions for that? Because you know how much fire means to those who follow the Lord of Light. It's off to a great start though, yeah? I mean, we're off to a fantastic start. I did want to check in with Arya because she is one of my favorites. But I love what's happening with Tyrion and the potential of him working with Daenerys. But she's the mother of dragons, and a lot of her, I'm gonna say street cred, a lot of her credit or the fear that would come with the name of Mother of Dragons is those dragons. And she's completely lost control of those, especially because you locked them up for how long? They're not going to be tame. So that is one of my favorite parts of Game of Thrones, that part of the storyline. And I feel like every season they get older, and of course that storyline develops more. But I don't know exactly what she's going to do there. And then Cersei keeping that close eye on Marjorie, and now us knowing why she's doing that. I don't know. We know that woman is wicked. She always has something up those beautiful sleeves because she wears the most beautiful dresses with the most beautiful sleeves. But she always has something up them. I don't know what's going to happen there. I do know that this season is super exciting. I can't wait to dive into episode 2 with you guys. If you want to help me out before we leave by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notification bell, because there's no like rhyme or rhythm here, right? We just like watch as we feel and post them. So make sure you have your post notification bell on because you don't want to miss when one of these drops. For now, let's go out in this big, beautiful world. Let's all spread some light. Let's all spread some love. And if we can, you guys, let's make somebody smile. Bye.